Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another 12-12 AD battle for you today, and the Teutonic Order is preparing for war, and it faces its old rival, the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, in this epic 4v4 battle. That was part of the 12-12 stream we did a few weeks ago, and yeah, some of the players were wanting to see it like put onto the channel. It certainly was a channel-worthy battle. It certainly was a really epic one. So if you haven't seen it and are looking and like want to see what happens, I definitely stick around to the end to see how this one goes down, because it is a really close one. It is a very exciting one. See some of the biggest cavalry charges I've ever seen in 12-12 history, which is really great tactics. And yeah, it's kind of like end-to-end stuff. Both sides have chances to win this one, but yeah, we have some pretty huge armies here today with some interesting alliances. We have two Teutonic Order armies, I believe, which are kind of like all mixed in. They're all kind of shuffled, like mixed in. We have the HRE and we have the County of Flanders on this side. So we have kind of a bit of a Germanic sort of alliance going on, I guess you could say. And then they've got the Flemish there as well. We also have Trier here, so we have some Germans on the other side. We have myself as the Duchy of Lithuania. We have the Empire of Nicaea here, and on the far side we have another Flanders. So we have like a Flemish civil war going on in this one. So this will be interesting to see how this goes. But yeah, I try to take the middle ground. For my side, I get my my Polish-Lithuanian cavalry all the way up, and then I swiftly retreat it as I see the HRE cav coming. Though my cav is pretty good, I don't think it's going to be able to beat any of the Teutonic cavalry, or even like this Imperial Ritter, which is gold chevron. They've gone really expensive with some of this cav. I mean, it got Imperial Ritter, yeah, all the gold chevrons. Rear Brood over here, not so like good, but they're still like, and they're not even like tier 3, they're tier 2. But yeah, they're still pretty nasty anyway. And yeah, I am not looking forward to them. I mean, the good thing is that like the infantry for the Teutonic Order kind of sucks. I kind of hope that if we get into an infantry fight, I've got a good chance there. I got my crossbows up, trying to do a little bit of damage to the Imperial Ritter here while I had the chance. But yeah, it's kind of a bit of a nervy start. I mean, numbers are looking okay. We've got 10,000 on each side, nearly 11,000 on each side, really. So this is a big battle. But yeah, it goes on, like their infantry line goes on for a long way into this sort of woodland. We couldn't see all this stuff, I'm pretty sure. There was a lot of hidden stuff in here. But obviously in the replay we can see it all. But yeah, there's a lot of HRE troops in this wood are waiting for the Empire of Nicaea to kind of commit as well. They kind of know that they're both there. I think they both can see like 1 or 2 units of each other, but they don't know how much of their armies they've really thrown into this wood. And certainly we don't know like how much of their cavs in there, because the HRE have got like Imperial Ritter that are like scattered around with the Teutonic Order. But yeah, there's more Teutonic Order troops in the woods here as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I also have plenty of my own troops in this woods as well, ready to do their damage. I mean, the Lithuanian infantry is pretty damn nasty. Like this dismounted Bajora sort of stuff is really nasty. Especially, I am looking forward to see them in action. And also, the shock infantry is only tier 1. But it's pretty nasty. They kind of give me that Viking sort of vibe with like they have like the shield in their back, and they have the big old axe in hand. And they look really scary. I'm looking forward to see these boys cut through some Teutonic Order. But here we go. One of the biggest cavalry charges I have ever seen. We have men at arms from Flanders. We have Ritterbruder. I have like all sorts of stuff coming in. There's just loads, and I have to send in my cav here to slow it down. And oh boy, this is a huge cavalry fight. There is so much cav in here. And we've got also the Imperial Ritter that looks like he's coming in as well from the HRE. And it's all just to pin down my cav, so then they can come in after my infantry. They didn't even go for it in the end. They actually sent their Ritter into the backs of into the back of their own cav. And this is an absolute mess of the nobility of Europe here getting involved in one massive cavalry fight. We also have Dinah now coming in from the Byzantines. We have also Elector Knights coming in from Trier. This is one of the... It's like everyone is sending cav here. Bar like the Flanders on our side, there is like every single side, every single player is in this fight with some sort of cav. So that is insane. And we also actually have Flanders' general coming forward here. This is a real bold move. Flanders sitting in his general really early on, comes to deal with these Elector Knights. I guess he was thinking maybe his infantry's coming up, like the sergeant's close behind, can support. But yeah, now I mean, now Trier needs to really get a move on and try and support this fight here, because he's losing this cavalry fight, but he's winning the other one against the Count of Flanders. But yeah, I'm now getting hit hard. I'm sending in my shock infantry into the big old fight here. That's the best thing to do. Send in shock, get the cav out, let the shock get in. So yeah, I was trying to tell my my allies to get his cav out, and I was getting my own cav out as we have the shock infantry now here to do the business. These boys, they're gonna do their Lithuanian ancestors proud, their pagan ancestors fighting these dirty Christians. It's an absolute mess. It is a mess. It's like just a mess of colours. And there's now shock infantry coming in here for the Teutonic Order. We also have so much going on. I'm just going to probably not zoom in too much because there is so much going on in the way of cav movement right now. We've got Imperial Ritter flying on in here. They come and support this fight here. Really want to try and break through. This becomes like the real centre of the fight here. There's this big cavalry fight. But yeah, I'm now going to rush forward my infantry. So I'm like, right, I need to, because I was a bit worried about losing this fight. So I was like, right, I need to rush forward the infantry, try and beat their infantry, and try and cause like cavalry to be dragged away. But as you can see, we now have a lot of movement going on here by the Byzantines and also by me with infantry. And there you go, a general's already been killed. So Flanders already losing his general like that. That is huge. Flanders losing general. Like losing your general in 1212 is really bad for morale. Really, really bad. But yeah, so that's huge that Flanders already lost his general.
The enemy has found our concealed units.
And yeah, I think they found our concealed units because we have got very, very close. And here you go, pole arms actually getting in my way. I need to get out of the way of these guys. Do not want to be fighting them in combat. Pole arms really, really nasty. As you can see, more pole arms in here fighting against my infantry. Not a fight I really want to be fighting in, but yeah, there you go. And now we have Flanders and Trier now battling it out. They're going to be battling for this sort of left flank. And they've got a lot of pikes here, and these pikes are getting absolutely ripped to shreds. Look at this wavering 140 men. They're getting ripped to shreds by these handgunners. I mean, the best thing that the Flemish can do is just shoot the gunners down with crossbows. I mean, really, the gunners should try and spread out a little bit to try and reduce losses themselves, because they've already lost nearly 20 guys. But yeah, not a bad combo that they've got going on over here. Got some dismounted Elector Knights as well. Not really anything to combat pikes, but they don't really need to. Bar the gunners, obviously. But if the gunners die, they've got nothing. Gunners here also setting up. We're going to see a volley. I don't know. These guys take a long time to fire. But yeah, they are just readying up. The pikes coming forward. But yeah, that is going on at the moment. And then my general's under attack at the moment as well. Don't know what he's under attack from. I think, oh, he's actually being attacked by another general. So you have a general v general here. We have the Grand Duke of Lithuania battling out against the Grand Master of the Teutonic Order. This is huge. Like, I mean, this is bold by the Teutonic Order, sending his general all the way through to try and come and deal with my general. Like, he could lose his own general in the making of this. I mean, he's deep in enemy lines. But as you can see, the HRE is actually breaking through. They've got shock infantry. They've found a gap in the line. They've got shock infantry, and I think they come to try and support their general. I've sent some of my own shock to try and support the cav fight as well. Yeah, it's brutal. And I'm trying to now get my cavalry all the way through, trying to do some damage to these swords. I'm losing a lot here. The nobility of Lithuania will have to try and recover after this battle. It's going to take a long time to recover as well. There's so many men lost.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle. Our men flee.
But yeah, over here in the woods going on now, we have the Byzantines just clearing up against Teutonic Knights. Don't know what else is in here. We've got, well, it just seems like Teutonic Knights. We also have Teutonic shock infantry. Like the Teutonic Order was just everywhere. Just constantly everywhere. I mean, there were two players, so it does make them look like they were everywhere, but still, they kind of really spread out. It must have been hard for their micro. Like, they made their micro much harder by having their armies all over the place. So the same with the HRE. The HRE seemed to be quite, like, nearly everywhere. Like, Flanders, like, was the one that was the most concentrated out of all of our enemies. There you go. We've got a general breaking there. Who's that? That's the Grand Master there of the Teutonic Order breaking. That's huge. I managed to get my general out with relatively low losses. Got pikes breaking on this side, which is great to see. Pikes also now being forced back on this side. Flemish pikemen being gunned down, which is always brilliant to see. And we've got crossbowmen of St. George there wavering. Even better. I mean, the crossbowmen of St. George, like they're pretty elite, but I don't know how good they actually are. Now we've got the shock infantry coming in of Trier. They're going to do their bit. I love their uniforms. Look at their uniform on the back. Got like the man with the key of Trier. They're battling out against the dismounted men-at-arms of Flanders. I think it's a fight that Trier is going to win because he has swords in there to support that fight. Trier generally seems like he's winning along the front here. I mean, he's got polearms in here, electro halberds, battling against this amount of men-at-arms. This is a fight that Flanders wants to get himself out of, like, desperately. This is not a fight he can win. That is a brutal, brutal fight. We got, yeah, shock infantry losing as well to dismount an electric guard. They're a very good shock infantry. Well, we still have a general in here. We still have, like, the electric guard general of Trier that's been thrown in there. Another general coming forward. The other Grandmaster now coming forward. He's going to get a rear charge on my flanking Bajora here. Not a bad charge at all. Can't complain. And then, as you can see, look at this, a mass rout going on right now by the Teutonic Order in this center. We got cavalry here as well. This looks like there's a lot of Imperial Ritter that's been committed here, already wavering. I mean, they're getting shot at by gunners by the looks of it, so that's not going to be good for morale. But yeah, that was a that looks like a pretty detrimental flank there, and you can see that now Anglo Vranjoy flanking around and Scooter Toy. They're going to be able to flank around, do some damage to these shock infantry and swords here that are fighting my swords. The Teutonic Order, though, they're trying to purge this land of pagans, and they can't quite do it. Shock infantry losing though. I don't know how they're losing. Because they're beating my Bajora. Not quite sure how they're losing that fight, but there you go. Maybe they're getting shot by crossbows. Not really sure, but yeah, their general actually rallied back here, so I need to try and kill him off properly, because then I get a better morale debuff. But the halberds here are kind of flanking around. I mean, they're nearly being taken out by elector halberds, but the elector halberds need to kind of push forward a bit. Still have like cavalry fighting in here from the very beginning, with Teutonic Knights fighting against the Elector Cavalry, and then I mean the Elector Knights are going to break. We also have spears in here. They're fighting against pikes. That's not a fight they can win. But they look like they've broken the pike formation, so I mean, this is always a plus. Yeah, they're losing actually now, the pikes. They've got no general as well, which is a big problem. That's going to be a big problem anyway, generally for Flanders. And my centre is starting to crumble. Like, this is huge. Huge issues here. And look at this, we now have the Greek fire throwers coming forward. These boys, they're going to need to do some miracles. They're going to have to kill a lot of Teutonic Order Knights. Are we going to get a volley?
Our men return to the fight.
I need you to fire, boys. I need you to save Lithuania. This is a weird weird thought. Byzantine saving Lithuania. But there we go. The fire is shot off. And oh boy, they're going to get some insane kills. It's a big blob of halberdiers, spears, swords. Oh my gosh, there's so much down there. Look at the blood stains. So I don't know how you cause that much blood to come out when you're just burning someone, but apparently you do. And look at that, they're starting to chain route units. 111, 105. I mean, they just need to break them. Yeah, there you go, broken that unit there. Samlanders. Hopefully they can get this halberdier. They broke that one. Huge. They're starting to save my flank a little bit. My crossbows have had to go to combat. These guys are okay in combat, but they're not the greatest. I mean, they've got so many crossbows here. They need to be focusing this Greek fire unit down. That is what they need to be doing. The forest battle seems to be turning in our favor, but the rear Bruder have just one here. Anglo Vranjoy now coming into the back. They're going to try and surround these sergeants of the HRE. Chop these boys down. And they seem like they're clearing up this. They've broken those swords. And, I mean, they've got another sword unit to break. I mean, they've got some more shock infantry coming forward, though. I've got some, Bajor that's really deep in enemy lines for some reason. And the cav fight in the center has been going on since the beginning of the fight. It's coming to an end. The final Ritterbruder looks like it's going to get beaten. At some cost, though. It's going to go after the Greek fire throwers. Pulling through a bunch of combats to try and get there. But this Ritterbruder is desperate to try and kill it. It's a tier 1 Ritterbruder as well. It's done well to survive that long. My general, the Grand Duke, Got sent over here to come and deal with some crossbows. I think I needed to help Trier kind of just clear up some crossbows. My general's in a bit of a risk though, just getting shot. Need to be careful. They are breaking though pretty quickly. And there you go. As you can see, Flanders is kind of getting routed by the loss of his general. Trier is like coming over. He's mopping up stuff. He needs to just surround these units here and he'll be okay. Down the other end though, the battle is starting to rage very fiercely. We now have the other Flanders battling away with the HRE and a bit of the Teutonic Order as well. And I mean, lots of Pavese spears going in against each other there. Looks like we have shock infantry, gold chevron shock infantry, long swordmen of St. Michael going in here against, looks like some sergeants. I mean, these sergeants are going to just get cleaved in two. Well, we've got pole arms coming around the back here. We've got halberdiers, and they're going to flank around. What we've got here, we've got Brewer, Guild pikemen. They're in the fight. They look kind of cool, to be fair. The bright red uniforms. We've got a big cav fight going out here as well by the looks of it. Looks like the Teutonic Order is going to win this fight here against the Flemish Knights. What we've got here, men-at-arms, and we've got, looks like more men-at-arms. They're really gold chevroned up. Wow. And what else have we got going on here? We've got a general, the Count of Flanders as well for this side. Also being really bold. He's going into the backs of, looks like some spears here, causing whatever damage he can. But he's also getting gunned down, I think, by crossbows, gunners, you name it. He's been gunned down. But, I mean, we've still got more pikes coming forward here, more Brewers Guild. Got some shock infantry, but it looks like they're starting to clean up over here. There's just elements everywhere. We've got a Grandmaster over here as well. He's trying to break through. But yeah, it seems like he's kind of getting like almost 2v1'd here. And we lost an allied general, so there you go. The Count of Flanders has in fact been gunned down. He didn't help though break this Pavese spear, which is I guess a small victory. But yeah, it's starting to. I mean, the County of Flanders over here is going to probably win. I don't know, but he's not going to win the cav fight. Though at the same time, you look at this, he's actually losing a lot of troops. Pikes breaking at 113 men. Sergeants at 139 were wavering. They are surrounded. They have to be careful. The halberdiers doing their best. I just love the colours of the medieval period. They're just so great. You've got like white and black. You've got all sorts. They've got like yellow and red, yellow and gold. You name it's there. A shock infantry and my ducal heavy axemen cutting down like all sorts. Look at that massive chain route of crossbow, which is a mix of my shock infantry and also the fire throwers doing their bit. Look at that. They're just gunning down the retreating troops. Poor crossbows. And then we're going to see a Holy Roman Emperor. Looks like he's in trouble. He's been caught out over here by the Elector Knights of Trier. So this is a bit of a sad sight. The HRE, the Holy Roman Emperor himself, being killed by his own Elector Knights. And there he goes. He's gone. He's broken.
The men are running.
And then this battle is kind of over. But that was a really intense fight. Like my micro was like... That was probably one of my best micro games. I had so much to do. And like the forest, like in the battle here, like dealing with the cav, getting my cav out of combat. And then, yeah, it was insane. But yeah, no, it was really, really brutal. But yeah, we're going to see like the end of the battle now. It seems like we've got, well, just a few thousand men to mop up now, 1,300. It seems like it's just down to, well, it just seems like it's down to what Teutonic Order troops are left over here. I don't know if the HRE is even still alive. With the loss of his Emperor, his men may have routed. There's still some cav in here. Rearbrood is still healthy as well. Doing what they can there. I mean, they're running into shock infantry here now. With the long sword of St. Michael trying to cut them down. They're actually going after the gunners. And I think one of the players did leave or did drop. So it's like the cav was kind of like just pulling through, doing whatever it kind of fancied, which is a bit of a shame, but it happens. And yeah, the guns are St. Barbara here. Brought some cool units as this Flanders player. I mean, they look cool. Look at them on the back there. They've got cool shields. It's probably St. Barbara on their back. But yeah, this is kind of like the battle is starting to wind down as the troops get killed. They actually have some HRE troops here, some pikes, some necked. They're doing their bit. They're going to break probably before they even get there. And then we've got Hanseatic infantry there starting to wave. Yeah, everything's just starting to wave and break. It's a real shame. So we'll just fast forward now as we wind down and see the end of the battle kind of just take place. It seems like, well, actually, you know what? Flanders still kind of breaking. And the Teutonic Order here, I mean, halberdiers, 128 men left. They are, I mean, looks like they're going to win this infantry fight over here. Looks like they're going to win that, but I mean, there's still plenty of Flemish troops, and they've still got their gunners, which is the most important thing. But yeah, they do look like they're going to overwhelm this. Spear's actually going to overwhelm swords here. I mean, both sides of, actually, no, Flanders here has lost his general, but I don't think they, I don't think the Teutonic Order has lost his general. No, it's still just sitting back here, mind his own business. It looks like he's actually going to come forward now as I say that. Probably going to go for a charge on these, on this horde of Flemish troops, and we'll see what happens there. So crossbows here, they're just gunners doing their bit. I mean, the gunners, if they're smart, just shooting this this general, trying to get him weakened. Because I mean, that's the best thing gunners are used for. If you're new to 12-12, just use them to shoot cav, shoot shock infantry, pikes as well, but cav especially. Shoot cav. They're so heavily armored, and like gunners just rip through them. They are so effective. But yeah, we're gonna see a charge, I think, by the Grandmaster's bodyguard in a second. And we still got some Ritterbruder here actually that's still causing havoc. We actually have a general as well, Anglo-Varangian general, has managed to get to the front line. So Byzantines actually even helped in getting here. So yeah, well done to them. And you can see polearm starting to break. Actually, can these swords hold on? You know what? I think they might be able to. They might be able to. And there you go, the gunners fire. I think they might have got the general, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, general recently died. He is probably going to break. And there he goes, he's broken. And now the army will surely break in a few moments. So yeah, it was a pretty fun one. It was certainly an intense one. Certainly like cavalry charge at the beginning. Really brutal. I did not enjoy watching that or like even receiving that cavalry charge. I just, yeah, oh my gosh, there's another Ritterbruder just here. They just keep appearing out of the woods. This one's relatively healthy as well with 47 men. This one might break pretty quickly. Because they are literally down to, what, 300 men? Yeah, they're probably going to break pretty quickly. Even if they are, like, some of the finest cavalry in Europe. These boys, I don't think they can stand. Are they going to go for a charge? I mean, are we going to see a charge? Are they just going to walk into the, It looks like they might just walk in. Oh, it's because they're very tired and they're in a forest. Yeah, no wonder they're, like, go like snails. We still have spears fighting in here. This is a brutal last fight. Imagine dying at this point if you were, like, on the winning side. That would be brutal, unfortunate as well. There you go, Cav coming in. Got a decent charge at the last second. They're getting charged by Scooter Toy. And they're going to waver and break. And that is going to be the battle. And it was a close victory indeed for Lithuania and its allies. So we'll quickly go over some of the unit kills. As I said, I was playing as Lithuania. I mean, my Axis here getting 227 kills, very good. My Bajor getting 148, the best one. I mean, they had a tough time, I personally think. They kind of got outclassed, I think, by some Cav and crossbows and various things. But we've got 129 kills here. My Cav, yeah, not getting many kills fighting other Cav. We then have Heads, who's playing as the Flemish, on our side. 216 kills with his shock infantry, the best one there. His general getting 132 kills before he died. His spears getting 94. His sword's 117. His gunner's getting 126, and his cav again not getting too many kills. And then we've got a Georgias Greek who is playing as Nicaea, 265 kills with Anglo-Varangian. His spear's getting 100 kills. His sword's getting 123. His cav getting 284 kills. And his gunners his fire thrower is getting 288. Really well done. Sandra William is playing as Trier, 133 kills with his Electiguard General, the best one of his cav. His shock getting 168. This one. His gunner's getting 92 kills. His polearm's 181. Sorry. His sword's the best one, getting 118, 148. So he's got some good kills there, actually. And then we've got Kaiser of the Germans playing as, well, the HRE. Very apt. 163 kills with his dismounted Imperial Ritter. And his cav getting 267. Then we've Cyrus the Great playing as the Teutonic Order. 156 with his dismounted Ritterbruder. His polearm's getting 155. And his cav getting 99 kills. And then we have Val playing as the Teutonic Order. 145 kills with his dismounted Ritterbruder. 156 with his halberdiers. 121 with his Ritterbruder, and then we have God playing as Flanders, 123 with his Count of Flanders, 166, 198 with his men at arms. His sword's getting 109, and his cav getting 96, the best one there. But I hope you guys did enjoy this battle. It certainly was a fun one. The Teutonic Order couldn't quite beat its Lithuanian rivals, but it will come again, I am sure. If you're enjoying seeing 1212, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. Feel free to join the Discord. The link's down below in the description. And until next time, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.